What's up? I've been thinking about something lately about how our society really glamorizes travel. Travel is the new rich. If you can just travel around the world and you don't have to work a boring ass job, you're just posting pictures on Instagram, putting things on YouTube. It's just like that's the life. That's the life that we glamorize these days. That's the new rich. And I think there's a irresponsibility to that, right? Because perpetual travel is actually not that fun. I've done it. I did it 2 years ago. I quit my job in New York and I went to Nepal. I did yoga teacher training. I was there in Nepal for about 50 days. After that, I went to Europe. I backpacked around Europe. After that, I got home to the United States. I put a bed in the back of my 4Runner and I did the van life and just traveled around for another 3 months. And all in all, I was unemployed and just traveling the world for about 7 months. And to a lot of people, that sounds like living the dream. But the reality is, on a day-to-day basis, even though you're traveling, you still have bad days. It's not just because you're in a foreign country all the time that every day is amazing. As a matter of fact, like 7 months of travel gets pretty freaking exhausting. Like, I'm not personally built for that, but I had seen so many other people like projecting that lifestyle and I was like, oh, that seems fun. And don't get me wrong, there was a lot of fun stuff about it. I had a great time. I learned so much, had so many incredible experiences, but it's not all sexy. A lot of it sucked. I think the ideal situation is that you can travel about 20% of your time and then about 80% of the time you're in the same place. You're at like a home base or you have some sort of routine that you're in so you can actually get shit done as a person. Because if you're traveling all the time, what happens is that you're just dealing with your really base level needs. So it's like, where do I eat? Where do I sleep? Like, is this safe? You're just, so much of your time is spent like feeling out the landscape around you that you don't get into the deeper parts of your psyche, of your persona. And when you're in one place for a while, it's like, where you get your haircut, where you go to the dentist, where you grocery shop, where you're gonna sleep at night. Like, so much of that stuff becomes familiar and routine. It's like more your focus goes deeper and deeper into your psyche. And oftentimes what happens is that people don't like what they see. And when that happens, they're like, oh, I'm bored, I need to move again, or I need to go traveling again. And this has for sure happened to me. It's like, before I moved to New York, I thought that I was in Colorado and I was like, you know what? New York has better, more motivated people and a lot of my problems are because I live in Colorado. That's what I thought. And then I moved to New York and then lo and behold, the same things started happening that I didn't like in Colorado. And I was like, that's weird. Maybe it wasn't the place as so much it was me. And my aunt always says this thing, and I really like it. It's the best quote that she's ever told me. And basically it is, wherever you go, there you are. So when you're traveling around, going from place to place, moving around, going from place to place, and you start to notice the same patterns reemerge, and a lot of times those are patterns that you don't like, that's the deep inner self-work that you have to do. And back to my original point of why I didn't like that travel is so glamorized is because the message that they're conveying is that stuff shouldn't be hard. And things are gonna be hard no matter what. And really, you need to be able to be in a place for long enough to do the inner self-work, to really like dive into the sharp parts of your personality and round those edges off. So when you do travel and you're in a different place, it's like you don't keep getting those same results that you've gotten at a younger stage of life. It's like you want to face the discomfort and grow and mature from it. But if you're stuck in a state of perpetual travel, you're always just dealing with the superficial base level needs of Maslow's hierarchy, you know, just staying safe, getting food, that sort of thing. And so you never get to those deeper parts of your psyche. So it's just important, because travel's amazing. Everybody should travel, but it's just important to be honest with yourself. And when you have the impulse to travel or to move to a different city, really be honest with yourself and say, is this coming from a place of inspiration or from a place of pain? Am I trying to avoid something? And if you are, just sit with yourself and see what that is, because no matter where you go, it's always going to be there until you just do the hard work, go into it, deal with it. It sucks, but we all have that. And that's just what I wanted to say, is like, sometimes life sucks, and that means personal growth. So that's awesome. It's better than, you know, traveling perpetually and having all these beach photos, but living a shallow, unfulfilling life. So hope that resonated with you. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.